Первые экипажи Лаоса, Армении, Сирии и Мьянмы. Прежде чем представить экипажи, участвующие в этом заезде, внимание, судьи этого заезда. От Мьянмы Хтун Нау Мо. От Сирийской Арабской Республики Салман Хамза. От Армении Армен Феранян. И от Лаоса Сенмани Камчанг. Ну и я представляю экипажи первого заезда второго дивизиона. На правом фланге, на первой огневой дорожке, танк зеленого цвета. Республика Союз Мьянма. Командир танка капитан Хтинг Аунг Чо. Наводчик-оператор капитан Аунг Минт Мьят. Механик-водитель, младший сержант Пьо Фьо Хайн. Республика Союз Мьянма, танк зеленого цвета. На второй огневой дорожке танк красного цвета. Сирийская Арабская Республика. Командир танка прапорщик Джасам Хадур. Наводчик-оператор прапорщик Лорка Айзуки. И механик-водитель прапорщик Раид Башир. Сирийская Арабская Республика. Танк красного цвета. На третьей огневой дорожке танк желтого цвета. Первый экипаж команды Республики Армения. Командир танка капитан Арман Царксян. Наводчик-оператор рядовой Георгий Аванян. И механик-водитель рядовой Володя Аршакян. Наводчик-оператор, механик-водитель, военнослужащие, который проходит службу по призыву. Ну и на левом фланге танк синего цвета. Лаосская Народно-демократическая Республика. Первый экипаж. Командир танка капитан Мэнсян Ватсана. Наводчик-оператор младший лейтенант Кипхавонг Мек. Механик-водитель младший лейтенант Суваналат Сайной. Лаосская Народно-демократическая Республика. Первый экипаж. Итак, друзья, экипажи представлены. Звучит сигнал на полигоне Алабино. Итак, друзья, с реву двигателя танков Т-72Б3 первым будет стартовать команда Мьянмы. Старт не одновременный, с разницей во времени 1 минута. Лично на начало движения командам дает ставить задачу главный судья соревнований генерал-майор Кирилл Кулаков. Итак, считанные секунды до начала заезда. В это же время команда Ирана выполняет нормативы по технической подготовке. Нововведение этого года – сдача нормативов. В дни, когда экипажи не участвуют в заездах, здесь, на полигоне Алабино, во время индивидуальной гонки выполняются нормативы по технической подготовке. Первый норматив по замене гусеничного трака и второй норматив подготовка танка к самовытаскиванию с помощью бревна. Вернемся к ним немного позже, а пока танк зеленого цвета. Команда Мьянма. Первый экипаж отправляется на трассу конкурса танковый биатлон. Ну что ж, пожелаем удачи сборной Мьянмы, первому экипажу выступить и показать все, чему смогли научиться за прошедший год. В 2021 году, друзья, команда Мьянмы во втором дивизионе стала бронзовым призером по итогам эстафет. В этом году принято решение, эстафета проводится для первого дивизиона, а вот среди команд второго дивизиона победители будут выявлены по результатам индивидуальной гонки. Итак, первое препятствие – змейка или участок маневрирования, длина его 15 метров. Установлены ограничительные столбы, проехав которые нужно, лавируя между столбами, не зацепить ни один из них. Останавливается экипаж для загрузки боеприпасов. Впереди выполнение первой огневой задачи. Итак, для команд второго дивизиона. Для команд второго дивизиона дополнительные боеприпасы в ходе выполнения первой огневой задачи не используются. Выделяется 3 основных, и они же единственные боеприпасы для стрельбы по мишеням номер 12. Мишени будут подниматься также одновременно на дальности 1600, 1700 и 1800 метров. Ну и, собственно говоря, из расходов 3 боеприпаса мы с вами узнаем окончательный результат выполнения первой огневой задачи. И после этого экипажу либо будут назначены штрафные круги, либо штрафных кругов не будет. За непоражение мишени номер 12, начиная с этого года, экипажи отправляются не на 1 штрафной круг, как ранее, а на 2 штрафных круга. Дистанция одного штрафного круга, я напоминаю, 500 метров. Соответственно, за непоражение одной мишени номер 12 экипажу предстоит пройти лишний километр. 1 круг, полный круг трассы танкового биатлона в индивидуальном заезде 4 километра 100 метров. Ну что, собственно говоря, про
100 meters. So, doing simple maths, you can deduce that missing the target's number 12 3 times, thrice, you have to do additional 12 kilometers, which is a lot. Now, and we are watching the Republic Union. Myanmar is about to tackle their first fire mission. We have the first shot. Second division, let me remind you, a great result. First division teams this year have second division winners this year will have a guaranteed ticket entering the Division 1 next year. And certainly the winners from last year's second division are taking place in the first this year. And another target is hit. Great work. Along the gunner Aung Myat, captain gunner for Myanmar, 26-year-old, second tank biathlon, performed very well. The Myanmar team have taken bronze, and we can see some great work, some great lessons learned. 3 targets, 3 hits. No penalty laps are given to Myanmar, and the team is moving off along the track. We can see the Myanmar coaches and the head of Myanmar team watching their crews work, their performance live from the command post here right next to us. So, fantastic shooting from the gunner team Myanmar, our captain Aung Myat. Only targets number 9 remain. And we are watching the Syria Arab Republic first tank traversing the first obstacle. The driver for Syria is Warrant Officer Raid Bashir. I think he slightly lost it at the sharp turn. Continues along the track, leveling his armored vehicle. More attention is required here. Great work, great fire accuracy. And this is exactly what us, the audience, are striving, are expecting to see here at Alabino Army Proving Ground. This is the performance we expect and we are seeing from Myanmar team. 3 hits, 3 targets. Well done, Myanmar. A little bit more to the right, and the third target, well, I think the ball was scuffed there. However, no penalty points are assigned, no pit stops and no penalty times. For reaching the obstacles, the teams are forwarded to the pit stops where they have to perform a 1-minute inspection of the vehicle. And we're watching now the Syria Arab Republic commander and coaches watching their charges take their rightful place at the next fire mission. 11th position recorded last year. Very well. We are hoping for a much better result this year. And now they're reporting ready to fire 3 artillery rounds, 125mm rounds. T-72 P3, legendary main battle tank of Russia's Armed Forces Tank Corps. And we have first shot, and the target is... We're still waiting for the decision on the target. 2 targets still remain. Lap time is recorded. 7 minutes on the dot for Myanmar, taking second lap. And Syria, second target is hit. Very well, great fire accuracy from the 2nd division. Fantastic work here. And the third target is still standing. And it remains standing intact. However, 2 out of 3 were hit by the Syrian gunner. The driver for Syria, Raid Bashir, will take the tank on penalty laps. Raid is the 37-year-old serviceman of Syria Arab Republic. Veteran of this tank biathlon, knows the track well. And of course, let's watch the replays. First fire. First target was touched. Only the side of it, but the hit is recorded. Second target, bullseye. And the third remained standing. Too short on the third. And now Armenia team is starting its individual hits. First crew for Armenia is on track, traversing the restricted maneuvering course. Please let me introduce Armenia team. This is the only team representing all of the gunners and drivers are young servicemen. They're all young people, young conscripts, 18, 19-year-olds, and are representing their country, Armenia, here in the Russian Federation. I'm sure their parents are proud of their boys, and the guys can demonstrate us their skills they were able to learn from their commanders in the Republic of Armenia. But we'll come back to Armenian team slightly later, and we're watching Myanmar. Lap 2 for Myanmar. 9 minutes and 42 seconds into the race. Braving the slope. Not an easy obstacle. Easy to roll off here, and the driver has to be very careful not to scuff any of the poles, not to roll back off the obstacle. However, we saw the signal man also saw no scuffs. White flag signals clean passage. A scarp obstacle easily climbed by the T-72B3. 90 centimeters was the height of this escarp obstacle. We're watching the tank at the ammo loading site. 125mm shells are being now loaded into the tank. 3 of this, as we see, and the tank men are taking their places inside the tank. Now hatches must be sealed. This is an obligatory health and safety prerequisite during live fires. Hatches must be sealed. And pole was scuffed exiting the escarp. However, this was only a direction sign. The key at the escarp is not to roll back and not to stop. So obstacle has been traversed, no faults were recorded. And the Armenia coach is waiting for his crew to report ready to fire, while Myanmar is loading the ammo into its AA cord machine gun. The tank commander is going to perform this fire mission. And also let me remind you that the rake obstacle was excluded from the obstacle course this year and replaced by the indicated pit stop position, where the Spark machine gun, where the twin machine gun and the AA machine gun have to be set up. Now we see Armenia performing their live fire. Target number 25, the helicopter, is being engaged by Myanmar tank commander with his AA cord machine gun. 15 rounds with 6 traces, and another shot. We see a ricochet slightly damaging the target, however it is not indicated as a hit. We're looking for some clean hits, and Myanmar is continuing to engage target number 25, engaging the enemy helicopter. However, the flare signal indicating target hit is still not smoking. It is possible, due to weather conditions, especially in the rain, for the flares to misfire. So all of the targets will need to be carefully verified and checked by the judicial review. The chief umpire, Major General Kirill Kulakov, indicates no hit. Myanmar is directed to 1 penalty lap. And now Armenia team, we're back to Armenia crew. They still have 1 target standing. However, over 60 seconds have passed. We see no fire. The gunner, Private George Georgi Avanyan, is performing this live fire. He is a conscripted serviceman, but they have the best fighting spirit, prepared to show the highest results. Last year, unfortunately, Armenia skipped last year's biathlon. This year, they're taking part in Division 2, and they're in with a chance for a ticket to Division 1. And now if this happens through no fault of the tank crew, certainly no penalty time will be assigned. We see Laos traversing through the restricted maneuvering obstacle. No poles should be scuffed, and certainly the track has to be followed, because it's easy to lose the track and waste valuable time climbing back. However, Laos continuous progress along the track. Ahead is the ammo loading site, where 3 standard artillery shells have to be loaded. Now, speaking of last year's performance for Laos, I'd like to note that the team performed well, showed good results in Division 2. Laos took the 5th position last year in the 2nd division. However, in 2020, Laos Tankman came 2nd in Division 2. And of course, speaking to the Tankmen, I heard from all of them that they came here to win. They all came here to win. but certainly the strongest will remain. And we're watching the replays right now. Combat fires, fire mission for Armenia. First, too short. Second, flanking the target, however, also too short. And the crew is now remaining at the fire mission point. The crew has been in place for over 3 minutes now without taking their third shot. They're trying to remove the reason for this delay. We're trying to clarify with the chief umpire. As for the reason, maybe over-anxiety. I'd like to remind you, ladies and gents, that all of the teams, all of the crews are featuring Russian tanks T-72B3s. Russian Federation is providing every country with tanks. The only exception is People's Republic of China. According to the rules, they are importing their own tanks, which are compatible in terms of technical specs to T-72B3s. China People's Liberation Army uses Type 96B. And now we heard the first fire from Laos team, engaging targets number 12. Rangers from 16 to 800 meters out in the ground. No additional ammo is allowed here. Myanmar is recording its next lap time. Only third lap remains for Myanmar in this perfect race for the first crew. Every team will field 3 crews, so every crew will have to take field. Only Mali is represented by 1 crew, and these are servicemen, cadets at the Russia Old Troop Academy. And this is the moment when the driver can really be upset. We have 3 penalty laps for skipping targets number 12. Certainly there is a miss on the target, resulting in 2 penalty laps, and also 1 penalty lap for the target imitating shoulder-held missile launcher. Great weather conditions today. Very lucky for the audience here in the stands. Target number 25, red color-coded tank for Syria. Tank commander is preparing to open fire. 900 meters to target is the range. 15.7 millimeter AA cord machine gun, which is standard in T-72B3s, and tracers are also loaded to correct fire on these targets. If the tracers are flying past the target, that means fire needs corrections. Certainly lots of emotions. We can see them on the faces of the coach and the umpire of Syria, Arab Republic. Target is intact, and the tank is given additional 500-meter penalty lap. Warrant Officer Raid Bashir is taking the Syrian tank along the tank biathlon track. The driver for Laos is doing his 6 penalty laps. We'll have to do a few kilometers here. 6 laps, that's 3 kilometers. In addition, Armenia crew is continuing at the standstill at the fire point. Laos is shooting over the target. Laos is given additional penalty laps now, and it's down to the driver's skill to quickly go through these penalty laps. Now, Myanmar passing the escarp obstacles. Dear friends, just imagine 46 ton is the weight of this combat vehicle, easily climbing the obstacle. No hits recorded. Armenia is now opening fire on target number 3. They managed to remove the jam, however, too short. The target is not hit, to great regret of Armenia fans here at Alabino and the online audience at the Star Zvezda TV channel, YouTube online audiences. They're all watching, supporting the servicemen. So few kilometers of penalty laps given food for thought to the teams. And we're still expecting the next crews from both countries to take field soon. Certainly the first crews always find it very difficult to go first. Myanmar back in 2021. The statistics on their performance, the time is noteworthy. Best time was recorded by second crew. Myanmar was 26 minutes 47 seconds. The coming third crew, 30 minutes 45 seconds recorded last year. Let's see the results from Myanmar this year. They were the first to take the field, and we're expecting them to finish first also. This is the third lap and the third fire mission for Myanmar. Engaging target number 9. One lonely target is eagerly expecting the gunner from Myanmar make his amends. 50. See the gunner tracking for target, but too low. Short. As tank commanders and coaches work to correct this fire, and the gunner decides to get before take a tank on the penalty lap. The last volley shattered this target for Myanmar. Tension written on the faces of Myanmar coach. First of all, concentration can be read in their faces. Myanmar captain Aung Myint Myat, a second-year veteran, 26-year-old second-year veteran of this tank biathlon. How well he tackled targets number 12 today. He is certainly the hero of this individual hits. Emotions, Myanmar fans are on their feet, flying the national colors of Myanmar, Syria, Armenia and Laos. All of the flags can be in the stands with their fans supporting their servicemen. However, there was a long delay at the point, and for Armenia, we will definitely find out following the judicial and technical review. Of the goals are being strictly followed at this track by the tank crews. Myanmar is going into the sharp turn, about to finish the third lap. The restricted maneuvering section, 40 meters long. The difficulty here is that in entering this obstacle after the sharp turn, the drone easily lose the track and scuff the poles like bowling pins in an alley. However, the driver for Myanmar, Biathlon, is nearing the finish line. Dear friends, just look at the time. First crew, first time for Myanmar, 28:26. And 5 seconds remain to finish. 3, 2, 1. Finish for Myanmar. 28:31 is the recorded lap times for Myanmar. Much better than the first division teams taking the field today. Mongolia and Azerbaijan today scored over 30 minutes, 31:10 and 32:43 Azerbaijan respectively. And Myanmar second division just recorded 28:31. Fantastic time for Myanmar. Look at the stars for Myanmar. Tank commander captain Ktinga Uncho, Ganmit Miat, and the driver Junior Sergeant Biathlon for Myanmar. Bravo. Well, let's come back to the track of this 8th International Army Games tank biathlon. 3 more teams are out in the field. No second chances. Your first try is your best here. This is true for the servicemen. Great fire accuracy, great track speeds. Only one team can enter Division 1 next year. Syria braving the escarped obstacle 90 centimeters high. White flag indicates no faults, no fouls from the field flagman. We can see the national colors of Republic of Union Myanmar waving in this tank biathlon ground. Congratulations to Myanmar, the first crew for Myanmar. We'd like to congratulate the whole Republic of Myanmar. Great work. Bravo, Myanmar. Military salute. from Myanmar, saluting the stands with their national colors. All of the fans, the coaches, everyone supporting Myanmar. Armenia is exiting the slope. They will need to take the pit stop. There was a fault recorded in one of the obstacles. Now all of the 3 servicemen need to dismount and then once again take their job pattern places. Now certainly time is of essence here, and this valuable seconds wasted in the pit stop are a serious obstacle also. The 3 best crews for individual races will be identified and awarded. Also, the results of this cruise will go into the ratings, which will serve to identify the winner in Division 2 for this year's tank biathlon and the ticket to Division 1 next year. And now Syria, 33-year-old warrant officer Lorca Aizuki, a veteran of this tank biathlon, who knows well this track, this testing ground, and of course knows the tanks well. T-72B3s adopted into service as a main battle tank in 2012. Enjoys greater mobility, greater powertrain, firepower, and an upgraded loading system, enabling to use the most modern types of ammunition shells. 840 horsepower engine reaching maximum speeds, as Russian Federation has proven 84 kilometers per hour is the maximum speed recorded by Russian Federation crew, still remaining in the book of records unbroken. And now the targets are out in the ground. It's time to hit the targets number 9 for Syria. Have a chance to score some great times and fire accuracy. Yes! Yes, the gunner has scored on the target. Despite hitting it first with his first volley, he finished it off to make sure that of this convincing show and to unload. Chases the target with the last volley and shatters all of the glass remaining. Target number 9. Tank commander for Armenia, Captain Arman Sargsyan, over 10 years in the Tank Corps, Republic of Armenia, a 28-year-old veteran. And now the fire flare is smoking at target number 25, indicating enemy helicopter, signaling that the target is hit. It is smoking out there. Bravo to the tank commander for Armenia. They're ready to progress along the track without any penalty laps. Armenia still has another lap to do and a few fire missions yet. Captain Arman Sargsyan is the tank commander who is skillfully maneuvering his crew and is quite skillful also with his AA anti-aircraft Cord machine gun. Now we're watching the next team from Laos taking the same fire mission. Look, and the target is smoking. Actually, no, that was not the flare smoking. That was the direct hit on the actual pole. Ricochet. The ricochets resulted in smoke. However, the target flare is not smoking, indicating target is missed, resulting in a penalty lap, unfortunately, for Laos. Yes, dear friends, this was the point of impact. One of the rounds clearly hitting the target pole, providing some confusion, smoking. However, the replay proved conclusively that the target was missed. The red color-coded tank, Syria, is progressing along the track, having braved, having cooled the tracks of their tank in the fourth obstacle. And now the driver is going to a pit stop. There was a fault recorded. The red flag was recorded at one of the obstacles, and a pit stop has to be taken now. We see Armenia team on the screens. First crew, the driver has probably lost the track slightly. Exiting the penalty lap. That's why the tank commander had to correct his work, reverse, level the tank, and then progress along the track. Certainly the track has to be carefully followed. Some obstacles still remain ahead, and the tank commander is now directing his driver to a penalty lap, and only following this lap they can continue progress. So now Syria, third lap, Myanmar finished, Laos and Armenia are in the second laps respectively. Let's watch Syria's results. 34-23, Armenia almost 30 minutes and still in the second lap. Laos doing very well, second lap, 24-11. Certainly no one will be able to match the best times recorded by Myanmar in this hits. Myanmar has just shown us an amazing time for second division crew. 28-31. Last year, second crew from Myanmar bettered this time by 2 minutes. They had 26-30. However, the first crew from Myanmar last year practically showed us the same time. So Myanmar is basically repeating last year's stats. So Myanmar 2021 showed us 28-57 on the 28-31 today. Syria is about to finish 35 minutes 31 seconds. 35-31 is the time recorded by Syria Arab Republic. I'm sure that some serious homework is going to be conducted tonight with the second and third crews, learning the hard lessons of today's biathlon. Let me once again list the team. The Syrian crew: 1. Tank commander, warrant officer Jassam Hadur. Gunner, warrant officer Lorca Izuki. And the driver, warrant officer Raid Bashir. Great job. Now, individual hits, still 2 crews remain. Armenia and Laos are continuing along the track. Over 30 minutes for Armenia, 32 minutes into the race. Laos is ahead at 26-20. Laos is still in with a chance to beat Syria. They entered the race 4th. However, they're almost finished with their lap 2, recording a decent time of 26-36. The obstacle is the anti-tank trench. The last obstacle at every lap before the finish line. Certainly no obstacle poles may be scuffed. We can see the poles in the ground and also suspended on special fittings. And now we're watching Iranian team performing the technical qualification round. And this year, at the initiative of the Chief of General Staff, First Deputy Minister of Defense, Russian Federation, hero of Russia, Army General Valery Gerasimov, introduced the qualification round into this tank biathlon, where tankmen have to pass technical qualification rounds on the days when the teams are not on the track. In a special staging area, teams have to perform their technical qualifications, including replacing the tank track, and second is preparing the tank for traversing obstacles using logs. We can see the obstacle pole scuffed by Armenia tank. A restricted maneuvering section was fouled. At the very end, the very last pole was breached by Armenia. Certainly Alabino proving ground staff deserves separate words of gratitude, a separate big thank you for preparing the track, this testing ground, for the contest. And certainly all of the preparation to the tournament, as well as the actual performance of the teams, will be carefully reviewed post-event. And we're seeing minimum mistakes, minimum errors this year. Great preparation, great number of participants, 21 countries, 21 nations, the most in all of the 34 Army Games contests. Let me remind you, they run not just in the Russian Federation. People's Republic of China also conducts some of the contests. Army General Leonid Selykov also oversees the People's Republic of China contest called Suvorov's Attack, and People's Republic of Venezuela also is conducting a sniper's fire line contest using Russian-made SVD sniper rifles in charge of Colonel Roman Dudnikov. Islamic Republic of Iran is also running a snipers contest with traditional bolt-action sniper rifles. Novosibirsk in Russia is running a contest called Best in Army Intelligence. Mongolia is also conducting a unique contest called Cavalry Marathon. Very interesting spectator contest headed by Colonel Konstantin Pokrovsky, and many more countries around the world are holding other events of Army Games, such as Algiers, for example. And hopefully every continent, if not every country, will soon be hosting more Army Games. And now we're watching one of the brightest shows in these 8th International Army Games. We have two crews, Laos and Armenia, remaining on track, about to tackle the third fire mission on targets number 9. As opposed to relay race, we have only one target number 9. However, 3 targets number 9 are presented in the relay race, because the relay race certainly enjoys the first division contest. According to the draw cast, every crew already learned their order of experience, the color of their tanks, and what is the color of Russia Federation tanks. This year, Russia is appearing at red color-coded tanks. So using red tanks, tomorrow we're going to see Russia, Kyrgyzia, Belarus and China. This will be Division 1 individual hits for tomorrow, featuring Russian Federation red tanks. And now we're watching Armenia scuff another obstacle pole at the slope obstacle, and the chief umpire of the contest is directing Armenia to a pit stop. Some more valuable time is lost, unfortunately. They may find it more difficult than others because these are very, very young servicemen. Let me remind you, the driver is only 19, same as the gunner for Armenia. These are conscripted servicemen for Republic of Armenia. And the order to race targets is given by the chief umpire. The targets number 9 are up in the ground, imitating shoulder-fired missile launcher. And we are watching Mek Hiphabong, the gunner for Laos, about to engage the target. He's a third-year veteran of this tank. Has to radio the gunner, has to radio the commander who will correct the gunner's fire. However, the targets remain intact and Laos is directed to one penalty left now. So Laos team is the only team right now that was not able to hit a single target in this round. Targets 12, 25 and 9 remained intact. Certainly this should make Alabino Army Proving Ground staff will be happy with that, because the targets will not have to be re-raised or replaced for the next fire mission. And now we are watching Private Georgy Avanyan about to engage the target in this live fire mission for Republic of Armenia. I'm sure that he is being watched live by his parents, his family, his friends, as many of our online audiences, the fans of this tank biathlon, Republic of Armenia, Russian Federation, and here at Alabino, Armenian tankers certainly have a lot of support, and we can see the gunner tracking for target. Range to target is 700 meters. Target number 9 is usually erected at ranges from 6 to 900 meters. As a rule, this is 600 and 700 meter distances. However, the target still remains undetected or intact. I think the gunner for Armenia really needs a hit. This target is representing an RPG round. Penalty round for Armenia for missing this target. Another penalty lap for the driver, Armenia. Unfortunately for Armenian fans, serious work will have to be done. Serious homework will need to be done tonight by the second and third crews for Armenia. Basically the same as all of the other participants. No more time remains for practice, and the teams are preparing for this biathlon using the proving grounds in their own countries, their own armed forces. But here at the tank biathlon, the teams will be able to show us the skills they learned. Now we're seeing the restricted obstacle passage. Red flag is raised by the flagman. Mine was triggered by the tank. Pit stop will have to be assigned for this foul. And dear audience, we still have another first division race today. I'm sure this will be a memorable race. Vietnam, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan and Venezuela teams are very well prepared, and they're going to clash in the next round. We can see the technical umpires about to inspect the targets to eliminate any doubt during the umpire panel decisions. And now I'd like to remind you that the start to the official opening ceremony to this 8th International Army Games is going to take place on Monday, the 15th of August. And this will certainly coincide with the Military Technical Forum Army 2022 in Moscow region, Alabino Army Proving Ground. We're going to see more teams take the field. We're going to see the opening ceremony, raising of the flag ceremony. We're going to see also the Russian Warriors pilot group perform in the aerial segment. And certainly on the 15th, we're going to see another great first division clash. 21 teams are taking the field this year at the tank biathlon. And this is the reason decision was taken to begin the races today, so as to make for a perfect schedule to this 8th Army International Tank Biathlon. Second division, let me remind you, the results of these individual hits will identify the winners. However, the first division is going to also clash in the relay races, and the relay race is certainly a much more engaging spectacle compared to the hits. We're all eagerly expecting the flanking fire, one of the most interesting fire missions of all in this tank biathlon. When we see tanks turning their turrets and engaging targets out in the field and movement. Also, 3 targets number 9 will be engaged with the twin machine gun. And we see Laos in the 3rd lap, about to finish the race. Congratulations, the finish of individual race for individual hits for Laos, 42:02. Still 13 and a half minutes behind Myanmar. However, a good result. Let's go to last year's statistics for Laos. Last year, we saw results not exceeding 33 minutes. So slightly worse this year. Additional 10 minutes on the last year. Certainly the crew has a lot to work on. Let us once again introduce the crew of Laos tank. Tank commander captain Mygdin Vatsana, gunner Hiphavong Mek, and driver Sainoi Suvanalat. And now, dear friends, look at the Vietnam fans supporting their friends, their brothers from People's Democratic Republic Laos. Very friendly, amicable relations exist between Laos and Vietnam. Practically no border exists between Laos and Vietnam. Practically same situations in the Russian Federation. We have practically no border with Belarus. Our brothers from Belarus are going to be seen tomorrow in the first Division 1 hits between Russia, Belarus, China and Kyrgyzstan. Now the coaches, the umpires are giving military salute to the servicemen from the command post supporting Laos People's Democratic Republic. Only one team remains. One crew from Armenia is now going through its penalty lap. Little remains. Exit the penalty lap and finish after the last obstacle. Let me remind you that back in 2013, at the initiative of the Minister of Defense, Russian Federation, hero of Russia, Army General Sergei Shoigu, directed the first tank biathlon here at Alabino Army Proving Ground. So this is the cradle, the birthplace of the tank biathlon. Also giving birth in 2015 to the Army International Games. This year we're celebrating the 8th Army International Games with a great number of participants visiting the Russian Federation, co-hosting other games in their own countries and clashing in the proving grounds as friends, as partners, demonstrating their skills learned in service of their armed forces. So now Armenia has just exited the 4th obstacle. Only few obstacles remain for Armenia to finish this Division 2 individual hits. And dear friends, don't go away. We're still expecting another Division 1 event today. So now we are seeing Armenia taking their penalty. Of rifles, tank corps, rocket troops, artillery, air defense, intelligence, communications, radio electronic combat, radiological, chemical protection, technical, rear protection, and various other types of troops. We are now watching Armenia crew nearing the finish line. Well, last year Armenia team did not take place in the biathlon. Perhaps this is the reason why they're finding the track more difficult today. However, if we look at the fire accuracy, we see Armenia scoring 1 target out of 5. However, Laos scored 0 targets out of 5. However, making 8 penalty laps, 4 kilometers in penalty kilometers. And we have finished for Armenia crew 1, ending their individual hits. This was the first crew performance. I'm sure that crews 2 and 3 will account for all of the mistakes made by their teammates when doing their homework, and will be able to still perform well in the 2nd division. Introducing once again the first crew for Armenia was Arman Sarksan, tank commander Gana, Georgi Avanin, and driver Volodya Arshakan. And now the tank is moving on to the staging area. And today we're going to see another Division 1 event, which will conclude the first day of tank biathlon. Tomorrow, China, Belarus, Russia, Kyrgyzia, Iran, Mali, South Ossetia, Abkhazia, Tajikistan, and Sudan are about to take the field. Now, results of today: Myanmar, Syria, Laos, Armenia. Respective times are on screen. Myanmar best at 28:31.